Hello, my friends, and welcome back. Today, we're going to be taking a look at a story about an 850-pound woman who died and then was too large to be removed from her home. It's a really messed up story where the body was just sitting there in the house around the family for many hours until they could get her out of there. The purpose of this video is not to make fun of or shame this person in any way. I'm just covering the story because I think it's interesting and I think it's a good cautionary tale. Please be sure to check out the update video I made about JoJo Siwa on my second channel, where she's gone even further off the rails. Here's a link. Before we proceed, please click the like button so that I may apply comb to mustache. "850-pound Cudahy woman dies, funeral arrangements challenging."
Dignity in death. The Cudahy mother is sharing her story after her daughter died. She suffered from morbid obesity, and because of her weight, getting her to the proper funeral arrangements was nearly impossible. Christina Van Zels talked with the mother, who says it took nearly a day to get her daughter out of their home.
Jeez, can you imagine? Nearly a whole day with a dead body just sitting there?
Beautiful soul, contagious laughter.
Carolyn Alvario's daughter, Cassandra Ortiz, passed away a week ago. But remembering the light she brought to this home got clouded by what happened there after she died.
I don't wish what we're going through, I don't wish that on anybody.
The Milwaukee County Medical Examiner says Ortiz weighed
I believe that was the mother of the 850-pound woman.
850 pounds. Alvario says because of her weight, no one had the capacity to handle the case.
There's not a funeral home that would take her.
It took nearly 12 hours to move Ortiz out of the home.
To walk in that room and just keep seeing her there. And it's like, oh my God, when are they gonna get my baby out of here? They need to get her out of here.
Well, yeah, that definitely sucks, but you can't really blame them in this situation, right? If she's 850 pounds and they don't have the capacity to remove her.
Owner at Church and Chapel Funeral Home, Ted Larson, wanted to help. The Cudahy Fire and Police Department and Larson's team eventually moved Ortiz.
There were at times 20, 30 people in this house trying to help this family.
It took 20 to 30 people to remove this 850-pound person from this house. Oh my God.
Address this situation.
Larson says there isn't a crematory in the Milwaukee metro area large enough. Ortiz had to be transferred to Illinois. But
oh my goodness.
Because the fire department was called to a fire, Ortiz remained in that van overnight for safety reasons.
Okay, so her dead body was left in a van overnight?
My colleagues were not capable to take her from our van and to put her onto any type of table that could be large enough to accommodate her.
With her having sat so long in the bed and having sat so long in the van, even if we wanted to, we couldn't do a funeral.
Alvario urges other families to pre-plan arrangements. She wants the state of Wisconsin to have a protocol for situations like her daughter's.
Something's gotta be put in place.
So no family has to deal with the challenge during an already difficult time. Christina Van Zelst, Fox 6 News.
I think it's really interesting at the end there that the mother is like, we need to have better accommodations for this situation in the future, when she likely had a very large part in making that person that size. That's not a formal allegation, but oftentimes when someone is very young and they are super morbidly obese, it's because their parents are giving them food whenever they want just to shut them up because it's easier. If you are 850 pounds, you've likely been obese your entire life. Cudahy, Wisconsin, dignity in death. A Cudahy mother is sharing her story after her daughter died. She suffered from morbid obesity and, because of her weight, getting her the proper funeral arrangements was nearly impossible. Carolyn Alvario's daughter, Cassandra Ortiz, passed away a week ago. Beautiful soul, Alvario said, contagious laughter. How old was this person? But remembering the light she brought to this home was clouded by what happened there after she died. I don't wish what we are going through. I don't wish that on anybody, she said. There's not a funeral home that could take her. We probably don't need bigger funeral homes and bigger crematoriums. We just need people to stop getting to 850 pounds. Well, I mean, we don't need them to, but just realize if you do get to that size, you have far less access to crematoriums. That's what stopped me from becoming morbidly obese. I was like, wait a minute. Are they going to be able to burn me up after I die? The Milwaukee County Medical Examiner said Ortiz weighed 850 pounds. My God. Alvario said it took around 12 hours to get her daughter out of the home. She said because of her weight, no one had the capacity to handle the case. To walk in that room and just keep seeing her there, and it's like, oh my God, when are they going to get my baby out of here? Alvario said. They need to get her out of here. Okay, that is insanely messed up. So the body was just sitting there like chilling on the couch, and you guys are walking past it like all freaking day having a look at it like, ah, Jesus. You're going to get some coffee? Ah! Ah! Jesus, can we get her out of here? Oh my God. This is a really messed up story. But obviously we can't be blaming like the morgue or the crematorium or the fire department or anything, right? You put yourself in this situation where you cannot be removed without the assistance of 20 or 30 people for over like 12 hours. And then they had to leave her body out in the van overnight. Oh my God. But like I said, this isn't like, wow, we need to change the system. This is like, wow, we need to change ourselves. Oh my God. The owner of Church and Chapel Funeral Services, Ted Larson, wanted to help. The Cudahy Fire and Police Departments and Larson's team eventually moved Ortiz. There were at times 20 to 30 people in this house trying to help this family address this situation, he said. 20 or 30 people to move this person? How is there even room for 20 or 30 people to like get their hands up underneath somebody all at the same time, you know? Although I guess if you're 850 pounds, there's a lot more room for hands all around your body. I'm sorry, that's in very poor taste. He said there isn't a crematory in the Milwaukee metro area large enough, and Ortiz had to be transferred to Illinois. Had to be flown to a whole different state to be cremated. But because the fire department was called to a fire, Ortiz remained in the van for safety reasons. Myself and my colleagues were not capable of taking her from the van to put her onto any table to accommodate her and this and that, Larson said. Alvario urges other families to pre-plan arrangements. With her having sat so long in the bed and having sat so long in the van, even if we wanted to, we couldn't do a funeral, she said. She wants the state of Wisconsin to have a protocol for situations like her daughter's so no family has to deal with a challenge during an already difficult time. Something's got to be put in place, Alvario said. I agree, something does need to be put in place. A proper diet and exercise regimen years before we pass away. I'm not trying to make light or make fun of this person's death, but this shouldn't be another case of, oh wow, we need to change everything to accommodate larger people. Like we shouldn't get to be 850 pounds. I just looked up the age of Cassandra Ortiz, the person who passed away, and they were 31. The whole situation is really messed up. Like the family had to keep walking by this person's dead body all day. And the story should be a wake-up call for people that are dealing with morbid obesity. If you pass away from being exceedingly obese, your family might have to deal with your dead body for several hours. And you might traumatize Cousin Nick. My condolences go out to the family of Cassandra Ortiz. This is a really messed up story. So what do you think about this story? Can you imagine having one of your dead relatives chilling on the couch for 12 hours? Can you imagine being so large in death that it requires 20 to 30 people to remove your body? Leave a comment below. Happy Friday, everybody. I hope you have a great weekend. Anyway, that about does it. Thanks for watching, commenting, liking, and subscribing. And I'll see you in the next one.